The year is 1600. Japan is on the edge of something enormous, something that will reshape the entire world you have ever known. And you are a samurai. Not just any samurai, you are a man of honor, of blood oath, of steel. Your name carries weight in 3 provinces. Lords bow their heads slightly when you enter a room. Farmers step aside on the road. Children point at the 2 swords on your belt and whisper to each other. You have earned every scar on your body. You have buried friends and enemies alike with your own hands. You have lived by the code. You have breathed it, slept with it, made it part of every single muscle in your body. Bushido is not a set of rules to you. It is the only language you speak fluently. And now, on a cold autumn morning, standing in the courtyard of the Katsuro clan fortress, something feels wrong. You cannot name it yet. It is too small, too quiet. A feeling without a face. But you have survived long enough to trust that feeling the same way you trust the edge of your blade. Your lord called a meeting. Nothing unusual there. But the messenger who delivered the summons would not meet your eyes. That bothers you more than you want to admit. You are one of the 5 senior retainers of Lord Katsuro Nobuhide. You have served him for 17 years. You fought his battles, protected his family, crushed his enemies. You were there when his oldest son took his first steps. You were there when his wife died of fever in the 3rd year of your service, and you stood outside the chamber all night, not because you were ordered to, but because you did not know what else to do. This clan is your family. These walls are your home. And yet, you walk through the corridor toward the main hall, your sandals making that familiar soft sound on the polished wooden floor. 2 guards stand at the door. You know both of them. Kenji on the left, he trained under you 7 years ago, a clumsy boy with enormous ears who became a decent fighter. Ryo on the right, quieter, more watchful, the kind of man who listens more than he speaks. Both of them look at you. Both of them look away just a fraction too fast. You stop walking. You stand there for a moment and let the silence sit between you. Neither of them speaks. That is your answer. You slide the door open anyway. Inside, Lord Nobuhide sits at the head of the room. He is 53 years old. Broad shoulders going soft with age, a white streak through his top knot, a face that looks like a landscape, mapped by decades of decision and consequence. He has always looked at you with a kind of warmth that never quite became friendship, but was always something real. Today his face is closed, arranged, the way a face looks when a man has already made a decision and is now just performing the moment of making it. 4 other retainers are in the room. You notice they are all sitting slightly farther from you than usual. No one offers you a greeting. The air is thick and still. Nobuhide begins to speak. He chooses his words with unusual care. There have been allegations, he says. Questions of loyalty. Concerns raised by several trusted advisors. He does not look at you directly. His eyes move to a point just past your left shoulder, the way a man looks when he is ashamed but has decided to proceed anyway. The allegations are vague. They involve accusations of secret communication with a rival clan, the Ishida, whose name alone is enough to make every soldier in this room tight. You feel your jaw lock. Your breathing stays controlled by force of habit and nothing else. Because behind your stillness, something enormous is happening. Something is collapsing. You think very fast. You think about who benefits from your removal. You think about the past 6 months, the small frictions, the meetings you were not invited to, the one night 3 weeks ago when you came back early from patrol and found 2 of your fellow retainers in a conversation that ended the instant they saw you. You think about Toda Masanori, the newest senior retainer, a man who arrived from the East 2 years ago with impeccable credentials and an extraordinary gift for being wherever influence pools. You have never trusted him. You have never said so out loud because you had no proof and because you understood that distrust without evidence is just noise. But you have watched him. And he has watched you back, with that particular quality of attention that belongs to men who are planning something. You understand now. This is not a meeting. This is a sentence. The worst part is not the accusation. The worst part is that you can see Nabuhide believes it, or has allowed himself to believe it, which is worse, because a man who allows himself to believe a lie is choosing it. He needs to believe it. Because if he does not believe it, then he is doing something unforgivable to a man who has served him faithfully for 17 years. And Nabuhide has never been good at living with guilt. So he has chosen belief instead. You have seen this in men before. The mind builds a story and then locks the door from the inside. You are given two choices. You already know what they are before he speaks them. Exile or ritual suicide. Seppuku the blade, the second, the ending of a life on your own terms before it is taken on someone else. In another life, another version of this moment, you might have accepted it. There is honor in seppuku. Your teachers told you so. The old texts describe it with a kind of reverence that borders on poetry. A clean ending, they said. A man taking possession of his own death. But today, right now, in this room, something inside you refuses. Not loudly. It does not shout or argue. It simply stands still and says no. Because you are innocent. And because somewhere in the code you have lived by, in the deepest layer of it, there is a truth that no one ever writes down in the scrolls, but every real warrior knows. Honor without truth is just performance. And you will not perform your own destruction for the comfort of a man who chose a lie. You bow your heads. You say nothing yet. Your mind is already moving. That night you do not sleep. You sit in your quarters, your two swords across your knees, and you think about every exit, every road, every debt owed and favor uncollected across 3 provinces. You think about Yamamoto Daisuke, a retired general living in the mountains to the north, who owes you his son's life and has said so more than once. You think about the fishing village on the coast, where a man named Ohara shelters anyone willing to work on his boats, no questions asked. You think about a woman named Tamo, who runs a way station on the Nake-Sendo Road. She has helped others disappear before. You have helped her stay in business twice by looking the other way when you should not have. You also think about Toda Masanori. You think about what he wants, what he gains from your removal, and whether the path forward requires you to simply vanish or whether it requires something more before you go. Because a lie that goes unchallenged becomes a foundation. Other lies get built on top of it. And a man who destroys one loyal servant can destroy others. You think about Kenji, the boy with the enormous ears. You think about the younger retainers who follow you, who watch how you move through the world. If you disappear quietly, what story do they inherit? What do they learn about what loyalty is worth? Before dawn, you make your decision. You will not die here. You will not vanish quietly either. You will expose what happened, not today, not in this room, not by shouting at closed doors. You will find the proof that Toda has manufactured against you. It exists somewhere. Forgeries always do. And then you will return, not to reclaim your position, not to demand apology, but to place the truth in front of your Lord and make him look at it with both eyes open. What he does with it after that is his affair. But you will not allow your name to be a warning that loyalty leads to ruin. You wrap your belongings in a small bundle. You tuck your short sword beneath your traveling robe. You leave your long sword on the rack, a deliberate choice, a statement, because a samurai who leaves his katana behind is telling the room something. He is saying, I am not done. You walk to the gate in the hour before first light. The guard there is a man named Ishimoto, old half-deaf, someone you have brought gifts for at New Year for a decade. He looks at you. He opens the gate without a word and looks at the ground. That simple act of mercy from a half-deaf old man stays with you longer than anything else from that morning. The road opens before you in the gray pre-dawn light. Cold air off the mountains. Somewhere a bird starting its first sound of the day. The castle behind you, the world ahead of you. You are 41 years old, alone, branded a traitor by the clan you gave your life to, with no allies yet confirmed, and at least 3 men who will be ordered to find you before the week is out. By any ordinary measurement, your situation is close to hopeless. But you have been in hopeless situations before. You know what they feel like from the inside. They feel exactly like this, sharp, clean, clarifying. When everything is stripped away, what remains is what you actually are. Not what you were given. Not what you were called. What you are. You are a samurai. You were betrayed by your clan. And you are still walking. The story is just beginning.